Welcome to episode 9 of the PM Blend. I'm Mark Powell, co-host Joe Finksler.
I'm Mark.
Joe, how are you?
Very good. How are you doing, Seth?
Doing great, thanks.
Good to hear.
Today, we're really excited to discuss one of the most unique aspects here at Atlas Press Metals. That would be our state-of-the-art metallurgical lab. And today, we're happy to have our favorite returning guest, Tom Finksler. Tom. Nice to see you again. And we have a new guest with us, Rob Powell. If you haven't noticed, Mark Powell, Rob Powell, no relation, but love the last name and have always enjoyed working with Rob. Rob, welcome today.
Thank you.
And since this is Rob's first day with us here at the podcast, we've got a special commemorative PM Blend tumbler for you, Rob. So why don't you pass that down? Any of our guests get a tumbler. So welcome, Rob. Thanks. So today I thought we're going to jump right into this and talk about our lab. We refer to it as a mat lab here. So if you hear me say that, it's our metallurgical lab. But Rob, let's jump right in. Let me ask you right off the bat here. What role does the lab play here at Atlas?
I essentially think that it comes down to confirmation and perspective. The metallurgical lab allows us to give the metallurgical perspective on our products, whether it's through SEM microscopy or light optical microscopy with part sections. We essentially confirm that the products are as desired, as engineered to MPIF standards or customer specifications.
Okay. All right. Tom, how does the lab support quality control or product development and customer assurance?
It really touches on every aspect of what we do, from raw material specifications and certifications, and it also anything in process from a sampling standpoint. It's all qualified through the lab. Also, it supports our potential customers. At times, if they're having an issue with something, we will bring parts in, analyze them, and let them know, what we might see in those parts.
Okay. And Rob, from a product development standpoint, one thing that we as salesmen here are tasked to do is try to find conversion parts. So obviously, the lab plays a big part in that, right?
Sure.
Through material selection based on, looking at maybe a certain grade of steel, you may come up with a suggestion of a powdered metal material that would have the characteristics that they're looking for and strengths, right?
Right.
Okay. Joe, we have different types of testing back there. You talk about a few of those tests and maybe have Rob and Tom jump in there.
Yeah, some of the more common things that we run into, obviously, there's the primary things we deal with are density related, and then the chemistry of the material itself. And those two go hand in hand. And it's common for us to have all of those materials go through that. And even down to in production, if they're seeing something odd in production, they'll take things back to the lab as well to have those kind of things done. And in those particular cases, it may the floor may be doing their own checks, but they would also be asking the Met Lab to also revalidate that and confirm what they're seeing in those cases.
Okay. Rob, Atlas is unique because we do have our own in-house SEM microscope. Can you explain what the SEM analysis is and how it compares to traditional optical microscopy and when evaluating different specimens?
I think the biggest advantage of a SEM comes down to one thing, and that's depth of field. So essentially, SEM gives more of a 3D perspective on what you're looking at, whatever that may be, whether it's coatings, a fracture surface, and the increased magnification can also be utilized as well. So whether you're doing strength testing, failure analysis, or verification of coating quality, thickness, adhesion, the SEM adds that extra element over light optical microscopy.
Okay. Tom, how does the lab contribute to failure analysis and process improvement?
Well, we will, if we get a part in that the customer has had an issue with, generally, as Rob just alluded to there, we'll look at it through the SEM and see what the break looks like and try to determine what type of failure it is. And from there, we can come up with strategies to mitigate that issue.
Okay. Rob, how does Atlas stay informed about material advancements?
I would say probably networking is one of the biggest contributors to that. Whether it's going to lunch with former colleagues, participating in the MPIF Standards Committee, attending the Powder Met conferences, networking is probably one of the biggest advantages, contributors to staying up on things.
And Rob, are you currently on the standards?
Yes, I'm on the MPIF Standards structural and the bearings committees.
Great. And Tom, you were a member of that?
Yeah, I was a longtime member of that committee as well.
Mm-hmm. A board member as well, or?
Well, not in the standards committee, but okay. We're members of the Center for Powder Metal Technology. And yes, I've been a board member there for a while. And so that helps us keep informed of kind of what's going on out there. Right. And as Rob said, it's really a lot of networking with suppliers and other people in the industry.
Okay. And Rob, what type of reference standards does the lab follow to ensure reliability and consistency?
As I previously mentioned, the MPIF Standard 35, that's kind of the standard. We also reference ASTM standards.
And those cross over to the European GIS standards, those
and then
as well.
The MPIF standard test methods as well. Those are general guidelines for the lab for testing.
Okay. Do you have anything to add there?
I don't think so. I think we kind of covered majority of what we do from that aspect.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, if you have any questions about our MATLAB or, as sales guys, we do promote our lab, the capabilities, the function of the lab. And we're always happy to take a look at parts you might be looking at to convert over from one process to powdered metal, or if you're having trouble with another supplier, we'll be happy to take a look at that part as well. So, thank you again for watching, and please follow our socials.